Hey everybody, welcome back to your poetry and figurative language notes. We left off yesterday with onomatopoeia. My apologies for all of the technical issues with the sound. I'm still working on that. Thank heavens for Mr. Spettle. We owe that man so much when all of this is done because he fixes all of our problems for us. Anyway, so we're going to pick up where we left off. We were talking yesterday about onomatopoeia, which is sound words, and hopefully you were able to click on the YouTube and look at that silly video about, what does the fox say and all those animal noises. Those are examples of onomatopoeia. Moving on today, talk about repetition. Can be, we're talking about lines, phrases, words. The base word is repeat. I'm always amazed when students struggle with finding repetition because you're just looking for words and phrases that are repeated over and over and over again. A very common question that comes up on state testing is, why did the author choose to repeat these words or phrases? My students can always find the example of what's repeated, but the question is why? Well, the why is because it's used to emphasize an idea or create a specific feeling. My example is a famous poem called "O Captain, My Captain." Now, hold on just a second here. I've got to try to figure out how to switch it over so you can see it. Hold on. Okay, so here's the poem "O Captain, My Captain" by a famous author by the name of Walt Whitman. And let's see.
Captain, My Captain by Walt Whitman.
That's him. That's Walt Whitman. Doesn't he have kind eyes? Anyway, so the words are going to pop up here in just a second. "O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack, the prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting, while fellow eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. But, oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies," and then it switched, hold on, "my captain lies fallen cold and dead." And it's really about Abraham Lincoln. But the thing I want you to notice here is the words, "Oh, Captain, my Captain," is repeated not once, not twice, but 3 times. You see it twice at the beginning, once at the end. "Heart, heart, heart" was repeated again and again and again. And it's about loving the person that's in charge and the person that is kind of leading us throughout life. This poem became very famous in a movie called Dead Poets Society, and the students referred to their teacher as "Oh Captain, my Captain" because he was such a beloved teacher. Okay, so, hold on, trouble. Wait, where'd my stuff go? Shoot. Okay, moving back to this repetition, continuing. Imagery. Sarah Stout is the poem I'm going to use as an example of imagery. This is where you're creating a picture with words. We're appealing to the 5 senses. It helps the reader to see, hear, feel, smell, taste things being described. And you need very strong imagery when you are writing a poem. You're trying to paint a picture or set a scene with words. And I love this poem, Sarah Stout. Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans, candy the yams and spice the hams, and though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. And so it piled up to the ceilings, coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can, it covered the floor, it cracked the window and blocked the door with bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones, prune pits, peach pits, orange peel, gloppy glumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crusts and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crusts of black burned buttered toast, gristly bits of beefy roasts. The garbage rolled on down the hall. It raised the roof, it broke the wall. greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum, cellophane from green bologna, rubbery, blubbery macaroni, peanut butter, caked and dry, curdled milk and crusts of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard, cold French fries and rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last the garbage reached so high that finally it touched the sky, and all the neighbors moved away, and none of her friends would come to play. And finally Sarah Cynthia Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." But then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state from New York to the Golden Gate, and there in the garbage she did hate, poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot now relate, because the hour is much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout, and always take the garbage out. I'm going to guess that as I was reading Shel Silverstein's poem, some of you were rather offended and pretty grossed out because he does have some very strong imagery there. So, moving on away from imagery, let's talk about hyperbole. Hyperbole is an exaggeration or an overstatement, an obvious overstatement of the truth. And sixth graders are so good at hyperbole. When you go, only been an hour and you're like, I'm starving to death. That would be exaggeration. And I have a video clip, and I know you're not going to be able to hear the sound, but you're familiar with this. This is Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where he's laying in bed and he's like sick. And he's like, I'm dying. And the phone rings and he's like, I can't possibly get out of bed. I'm dying. His friend's saying, come over, hang out with me. He's like, I'm dying. I'm too sick. I can't get out of bed. So, that said, that is hyperbole. Moving on, allusion. This is a very casual reference to a famous historical or literary figure or event. The movie Shrek is full of allusion. I'm not going to play the video in this recording because you won't hear the sound. So I'm going to attach the link to the video, and it's a great video that shows all of the allusions throughout the entire movie, and it's really kind of humorous. So you might want to just check that out. But allusion is used very often in songs and in movies and in other pieces of literature. And if you're not well read, you won't understand the joke or you won't know exactly what they're referring to. So being well read is really important. Okay, we will stop with allusion today. Check out that video. I'll put Read Aloud up later on this afternoon. Have a great afternoon. Hopefully you can get outside and have some fresh air. I miss you all a whole bunch. Hopefully we'll get to see each other again real soon. All right, talk to you later. Bye, guys.